we're already using a vendor. Your instinct when you hear this objection might be to try to overcome it somehow by saying things like, are you 100% satisfied with them? Is there anything they're not doing? Or I'm not asking you to rip out anything. I'm just seeing if you'd be open to letting us tell you why we're different. But each of these statements ruins your credibility because prospects can smell your commission breath. So let's try another approach based on the work of Chris Voss, who is a former FBI negotiator and author of Never Split the Difference. It's a 4-step framework that you can actually use for any objection. So step number 1, change your intent. Instead of looking at objections as things you have to overcome to get what you want, to change someone's mind, have an intent that what they're using might be perfectly okay. Be indifferent to the outcome, and instead of overcoming, just understand. That's a big shift, not a trick, something you just have to feel. When you really feel that way, when you have that intent, it changes your tonality. You no longer have a hypey sales voice, and you no longer say things that make people feel like you're trying to get them to change their mind. Nobody likes to get their mind changed. Step number 2, mirror. Mirroring is a technique where you repeat the last couple of words that someone said. So if someone said, we're already using a vendor, you might say, a vendor? This might sound a little silly, and I thought it did at first, but what you'll find when you do it is people will just keep talking and they'll give you some more information. And this gets back to making people feel heard and understood. Everybody, you, me, your prospects, have a hunger for being heard. Step number 3, after they keep talking, you're going to say some words that label what they're feeling. This is probably the trickiest part. This is not parroting back what they told you, but it's to try to find the underlying emotion that they're feeling. So that might sound like this. It sounds like Acme is making your life much easier at work. And if you nail this, your prospects will say some version of that's right. And if not, they'll kind of tell you where you were off base. But again, it gets back to making people feel heard. So we're 3 steps into this framework and we haven't tried to overcome anything. It almost feels like therapy to your prospect if you do this right. Like a feel-good chemical is being released into the bloodstream, which it is actually, because it's so rare for people to feel understood. And step 4, the final step, is we're going to actually go for no instead of going for yes. Sometimes when we go for yes, prospects feel that you're trying to get them to move faster than they're ready to move forward, and that can cause them to retreat. So instead, we're going to go for no. And here's what it might sound like. This is probably going to be a ridiculous question. But would it be a terrible idea to see if there are opportunities beyond what you have now that can potentially help reduce your insurance premiums or taxes? And then quiet. And you'll notice that if you did all those 3 steps before, people are much more open to listening to what you have to say. Hope this was helpful. Have a great day.